All right, I'm just gonna get started, man. So, this is what they do. So every time that I'm going live, right, and again, mind you, I just want to run my business and be successful, right? I'm minding my own business. I'm a totally peaceful person, right? And every time I'm trying to start a live on here and do a vertical live stream, they're completely shutting down the chat just because, I mean, for no reason. I'm going to get everything set up to go for the show, and there is no chat now. First, I was trying to get the setting where it's subscribers only, and I try to do it every time, and they give me a hard time. Okay? So, what's the excuse for that? Exactly. This will happen every day, bro. You'll see it every day. You'll see what corporate America does, right, in front of everybody, right? So, I mean, it's not difficult to just have a live chat for a vertical live thing, so I can see the feedback and what real people are saying for real fans. You know what I mean? But we're gonna get into it anyway. You know what I mean? Real talk. But like I said, uh, my whole deal in general principle, right, is basically like we're going to continue to move forward. I'm going to continue to teach. I'm going to continue to do what I need to do. And we're going to continue to progress and make our money. It's that simple. So, like I said, I mean, I'll explain everything to y'all down to a T so that you understand what I'm doing, where I'm coming from, all that. You know what I mean? All that is never a problem, never an issue. You feel me? So, like I said, with all of the martial arts, right, content, right, um, everything is about movement. Everything is about movement. Everything is about angles. Everything is about creating angles and opportunities. That's all it is. It's all about transition and movement. You understand what I'm saying? So, like I said, I already got uh, quite a bit of martial arts footage I'll be putting up soon, right around the corner. Like I said, my thing is I just want to be able to run my business. You know, it's just like when I come out here, I should be able to run my business smoothly. Like it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy to me that I have to work around so much when it's just a straight up business. It's a straight up business. Everything is just the way that it is. It should be easy, but again, they make it all impossible. And that's okay because we work around it every single day. You understand what I'm saying? Like that's the thing. It shouldn't be difficult for me to get my money. It should be easy. You understand what I'm saying? So it all comes back to respect. You know what I mean? But like I said, I respect myself. I love myself, and I'm gonna continue to be the beautiful person I am, and I'm gonna continue to teach. You know what I mean? While these other folks, is having to watch me succeed, and they don't know how to. Feel me? But like I said, I'm gonna go into it a little bit with y'all right now, right? So, like I said, first thing, the 52 blocks is completely applicable, right? 52 blocks is a way of life. It's a lifestyle. It predates like Egypt. It comes from Egypt, which means it probably predates back to Atlantis. That's just the facts and the truth, right? So you got to understand, right? You got a hand block for every single thing that somebody is throwing. It's just that simple. Anything at all, there's always a hand block, right? Right here, all the motions are clear as day, right? It's not just motions. It's almost like a star constellation. You feel me? So basically, you're moving from point to point to point. So you're coming here, right? That's why you see these movements, and then a lot of you don't understand what's going on and what's happening, right? Most important one, in my opinion, right? If wherever you at, if you anywhere, right? It works anywhere. If you in a bar, wherever, right? The most important thing is right here. You understand? Because you're protecting all of this area, which is the most important, really. You know what I mean? So that's the thing people don't understand. We come up here with it. Everything is right here, right? You got dudes that go like this, like Michael Jai White was trying to do that. But see, Michael Jai White is an actor. That's what y'all got to understand. Michael Jai White, whatever you want to say, Jay White, whatever. He's an actor. He can say all this fronting about this and that, and I'm conditioned. He remind me of Big Trouble, the dude from Chicago who taught me 52 blocks. But y'all do a lot of fronting and a lot of talking instead of action. Big Trouble was the same thing. Me and him were basically, at odds because, and this is what folks don't get, I'm my own person. I think for me. I'm on my standpoint. I'm out here by myself with God. That's it. I ain't got no connections, no affiliations. I don't roll with nobody. I'm by myself. It's just me. I run everything over here. I'm in full control. Whatever I say goes. So if I say someone ain't a part of my roster or my team, you didn't make the team. And that's what's happening now. You understand? I don't do fake digits. I don't do fake claims. I do receipts and proof. That was explained day one. So that would be on someone else, right? That's a reflection of their character, not mine. You understand what I'm saying? Like, what do you mean? We had the conversation. Nobody put up no proof. Nobody's presented everything. And folks got to understand, you got to support me in what I'm doing, period. That's common sense. So I was going to get what I need regardless. That's why I wasn't worried about it. Because, see, I'm so focused on being successful, I don't have time for nothing else. See, that's the thing. Other people is wasting time every day. They on what they on. I'm on what I'm on, building a business and making money and making bread and taking muscle. That's why they telling me, go get it, do the muscle. That they literally telling me out in the street, driving by, talking about, yeah, go get them with that muscle, Batman. They know what I'm doing. I'm making muscle into money. I'm making strength into money. I'm making martial arts into money. So like I said, that's the thing. I'm not concerned about how other people feel. I got as much of a right to be here as anybody. I got a right to run my business and a right to do what I want. I don't got to explain nothing to nobody. What are you talking about? Like, I'm the king here. You know what I mean? I run everything here. So like I said, you got to understand, right? You're creating angles. Hold up. Yep, this is what I'm talking about. We are not doing none of that. All right. It's somehow never enough. It's never enough. It's just, it don't make no sense to me. It's never enough. So like I said, you know what I mean? We're going to continue to do what we do. Let me grab my phone charger real quick. I want to be able to look at my stuff, keep an eye on my stuff, run my business. So, like I said, I'm going to start from square one every time. I'm going to get my money. You understand? It's crazy, son. So, like I said, everything is about creating angles, right? You create angles in 52 blocks. Everything is literal hand block for everything, right? So you got your hands up, you moving, right? You understand? Everything is timing, divine timing, right? So like I said, most of them, they just square up like normal, right? Like normal stance like this. Y'all be talking about boxing and this and that, and they just standing there like this. What is this going to do? Nothing. It's absolutely pointless. It's besides the point. It ain't going to accomplish nothing. It ain't going to get nothing done. This means nothing. You understand? This is what you don't get. Unless you're doing like the peekaboo stance like Mike Tyson, if you know how to do that like I do, then you can come like this and then it makes sense. What he was doing was real like unilateral and uniform and basic. It wasn't nothing to be glorified. It wasn't nothing that great. It's just y'all wasn't able to deal with the time. And he would train, right? Mind you, he would train with a thing here that was attached. So what I noticed is he'd be going like this, right? He'd be working on getting low, right? And he'd keep the feet. That's the same thing we train in martial arts, the same exact principle, right? He's training not to keep the feet too far apart, right? So that he can be able to have, that's why all the movements are so tight and swift, right? But what you got to understand is that don't always work. You got to understand is sometimes you need a wider stance. In martial arts, they have a wide stance. You see how wide my stance is? Because you cover more ground. So a dude like him that stand like that and he say, in a fair this and that. Mike Tyson wasn't that smart. I'm going to just come out and say it straight up. Because he say, in a fair this and that, I would win every time. That's nonsense. That's a lie. And he didn't win every time. So what do you mean? You can't be with closed stance with the feet super close apart and think you just going to overpower everyone and be able to transition and move. Because there's martial artists, bro, that literally whatever you doing, they going to come under too. And you can still have a wide stance. This is what I'm saying. The whole thing, there's no competition. They all scrubs. They haven't had a real bout yet. Because everything that y'all talk is fluff. This is why so many people watch the TV and then feel like they the next MMA UFC superstar. Because nobody knows anything about how this is actually done. I'm the one who built it and created it. I created this. I'm the creator of it. I came up on Trailside Drive in Austin, Texas. Ask about me. So like I said, if I'm the creator of something, I'm taking back what's mine, right? I invented this. You understand? I'm the original. So like I said, it's funny to me, man, because people don't even understand. Like me, I'm working on training with my adrenaline. This is what I'm about to do right in front of you. You know what I mean? Me, I like peace and quiet when I operate. I don't want no distractions. You feel me? So like I said, we are incorporating 52 blocks, Bruce Lee type of techniques and training. We incorporate everything. Okay, Bruce Lee's training did not come close to mine. He did isometrics. I've already researched all this. I do research on everything. He did isometric holds, which is somewhat similar to what I do, but I do calisthenics, which is on another level, right? He can't do what I do on these bars. Guarantee it. Nobody can. So what do you mean? Bro, I'm lifting my whole body up, completely up, and then doing side reps like nothing. That's another level of strength. We train above the bar mostly, and I'm getting back to that already because that's my whole principle. I'm liable to open a company or something or start a whole LLC or something which is above the bar. I already got bar for bar training, right, which I'm the CEO of, right? But I'm going to do something with above the bar. That's coming next because that's probably going to be my main thing because it's really above the bar. Because if you can train above the bar, then you on a higher echelon and higher level than most folks. You feel me? So that's what you want to do. You want to actually get to the next level. Everybody else is way behind you. If you're training above the bar, that means I'm picking my body vertical up in the air and lifting it up and holding it. And then we're doing side reps and then we're coming back up. That's what I'm working on right now. First, it was mainly, we do them. Sometimes I do them, but, you know, depending on how I feel. But, you know, mainly it was do the lifts up and then do the side reps to the side, right? So, I mean, that's one philosophy. That's one thing. That don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it matters. But my point is, to me, that's just one level. Now I'm getting to the next level where I'm actually raising up again, which is basically a separate lift, and then doing other side reps out of the highest reach position. My reach is getting higher, meaning I'm bringing myself higher and higher. Again, you got to understand, gymnasts, they got padding everywhere. They got equipment. They got all this foam padding around. Everything's soft. They got bars that have a lot more give and give a lot, you know, they're a lot more forgiving. This is pure steel bars, okay? We're on concrete. Okay, so when y'all talk about headstands and handstands, I mean, that's easier in that environment. Me, I have to do that stuff out here on the grass. I came up hard for real, not just in the street, but in the training. That's why I'm stronger than you. There's no gymnast doing what I'm doing on these bars, I promise you. You could tell yourself what you want. You don't see gymnasts coming out to parks like this and doing what I do for a reason. So like I said, the whole point is we incorporate every philosophy. They said that Bruce Wayne, a.k.a. Batman, learned every discipline of martial arts. I'm Batman. I'm the prophecy. Every depiction was about me, proven in front of you, because what am I doing? Because I want to, not because I'm worried about nothing, not because I'm following a plan. I'm not copying nothing. This is what I want to do and what I've always wanted to do. I'm mastering every discipline of martial arts in the game. When y'all see the martial arts footage today that I already recorded and did, you're going to be like, yeah, he's not joking. He continued to work on these disciplines and he keep getting better and better. I'm a martial artist. This is how I live. This is a way of life. These other folks, they want to type online and get online and type and hide and this and that. That's perfectly fine. That's a cop-out. You do what you do. That's weakness. I teach strength. This is about martial arts and discipline. You come out here with me, you do a class, like I said, $50, 30-minute session, $100 for an hour. Why don't we get people trained where they learn real discipline so that they can go become something, so that they can go have a successful career, so that they can build a business? That's why people hit me up talking about, yeah, your business is inspirational. Of course it is, because it was built off the foundation of God. It wasn't about money. God is building me. You understand? So it builds the man and it builds, you know, the God body soldier and what you see before you, right? And like I said, I don't look huge or nothing right now because I do it with very little resources. The very little resources is what taught me the game. It's what made me so much stronger than everybody, not having nothing. That's what God said. He said, you ain't going to need nothing. I'm going to make you unstoppable. I could do this without anything. So that's the thing. People worried about this and that, and you know, they want to create distractions. They worried about this and all up in my business and want to see what I'm doing and where I'm at. You got everybody taking videos and smile for the camera and photos, and I could care less because it's irrelevant to me. Because there's no way You understand? Like, there's nothing that can stop me in God's will and God's plan. I can do this with nothing. I'm going to be all right regardless because God got me, just like I have been this entire time, just like I've overcome every obstacle in my path that the devil has set. You understand? I don't understand what folks is on. I don't understand what you acting like you proud of. That's not a proud thing to sit on a computer and worry about me and my business and my money. You understand? It's clear as day what's happening, right? It's a public platform. I just said it and I explained it. So we all know what's going on. So everyone, all of you, it's your responsibility to watch. You understand? This is the only source for Batman and what I do. So it's your responsibility to watch. You're all watching, you're listening. So you're fully aware of what's happening. And folks can't stop what I'm doing. Never. Not in a million years. You understand? So what do you mean? You feel me? You can feel any way you want about it. So like I said, back to the 52 blocks, right? You got a hand block for everything, right? Like that's the whole point. You come in here, look. Come in here, here, look. There's different points for everything, right? It's the same thing that Floyd Mayweather be trying to bite off of and copy a little derivative of, but he don't know what he's doing. He just goes like this because that's a cop-out. Doing this in martial arts is a cop-out. That's not even martial art. You do that in boxing. You can't get away with this in martial arts. You know what I mean? Because you doing all this and that, and somebody who really knows what they doing is just coming. You know what I mean? Martial arts is different. So like I said, you have to understand, like, people think the game is unilateral. They think the game is, oh, just up here. Even in boxing, it's not just you stand here and do this. This is going to do nothing. This is irrelevant. This means nothing. You understand? The whole point of the concept is you're using 52 blocks. So that's elbows and everything. So when Zab Judy used it with Floyd Mayweather, it worked. Floyd Mayweather ain't never had a win yet. All they do is lie every time that he gets out there and acts because he's an actor. Just like he got caught running in the street recently. Anthony Joshua, what I figured out with him is he joined the Masonic order if he wasn't already a part of it, right? And that's why all that stuff just happened in that other country. That's what they do. See what I'm saying? The minute you get involved with Jake Paul, Logan Paul, all them folks are Masons. Mr. Beast, Beast means the devil, all them folks. PewDiePie, all of them are broke, all of them drive Lambos and cars they don't own, all of them don't own a home, all of them don't anything, way ahead of all them Masons. They sold to the devil. They lost already. See, the game of life is whether you sell your soul or not. If you keep your soul, you win. And you live eternally. You don't give your soul to nobody. You understand? Your soul is yours. Your soul lives eternally. You know what I'm saying? That's why there's different forms of immortality. God just told me I'm actually literally immortal, which is different. You understand? Which is pretty clear to me. You know what I mean? Like I said, yesterday we addressed everyone direct. Like I said, like yesterday I was in a mood, bro. I was in a mode. I was sore as hell after. I was sore today. You know what I mean? But that's what I'm saying. We get back up and we keep going. I can feel it right now. You understand? Like I said, the kicks, I'm mastering them all. Like everything. Look at the speed. Look. Everything. Right? So my whole point is you become versatile, right? And like not just unilateral, like you want to be unilateral, but you don't want to be like one perspective, one approach, one aspect of everything. And that's the problem. Like I said, I'm just telling you, most dudes, like when you see dudes in the hood and they be all like this, what do they do? Or they're, you know, and they think this is a big deal and they're faking the funk. This stuff is irrelevant. And you can't do this and run away and then expect to come back. It's not going to work. I mean, it could, depending, you know, if you can. That's what they're trying to do. They're so scared that they're like this, trying to, you know, and then that's the same thing that the one dude, I'm Mr. 52 on here, he just wrote a fake book, right, talking about 52 blocks. He tried to open a gym and failed. He failed in that stunt he pulled in the projects up in New York, and nobody want to call him out for it. I will. And like I said, I was trying to get you and pay you to be my trainer at one point. And the thing is, it wouldn't have worked anyway, and that's why you acted the way you acted in a comment section. And then I challenged you, and you backed down from that. And that's my point. Same with 52 Blocks Info. You understand? 52 Blocks Info, me and Steez were good friends, and he was defending 52 Blocks Info because I said 52 Blocks Info is a scrub, because he is. Because he's not real. We do the same thing now. We both teach martial arts, except he teaches misinformation and disinformation and doesn't know any martial arts. How is it that he gets clients up in New York and makes money? I guess because you're in New York. So you're able to make a little bit of money doing what you do, and you've been doing the same thing for years, and you're talking about Wing Chun and going like this and stuff. Like what are you, a Teletubby? What does this got to do with anything? We do the same thing now, except that I do calisthenics and work out, and he doesn't even work out. How are you a martial artist that don't work out? If somebody trains and works out, they're going to have an edge over you every single time. Wing Chun is just the principle of the hands, right? So it's everything is moving, right? Everything you see me do every day, right? So what do you mean? What are you talking about? It's just movement. That's all it is. Look. What? Not that big of a deal. Ain't that hard. Now let's see them move that fast on camera. Because none of them can. Because none of them come close. Because what I'm creating here and building is the greatest martial arts school of all time. Talk about Wing Chun. It's the movement. Right? It's a block, right? That's all it is. It's part of 52. Everything ties back in to 52 blocks. Right? Coming here. Right? Coming here. Right? Same thing. They're going like this. Martial arts a lot. This is better. It's easier. Sometimes. Just depends. You got less power like this. Martial arts is an art form. There is no set standard. There's no set standard of gym training. Everybody's doing it wrong. I went across the country and proved that. I already competed. What are you talking about? Strongest in any gym I go to, anytime, hands down. Try it anytime. What do you mean? Like what? I don't bluff. So that's what I'm saying. Like I said, you got 52 blocks. You got this system, everything he doing, right? Coming like this, right? You understand? It's all the same principle, right? That's one form of 52 blocks, which is kind of the scrub form, to be honest. It works, but it's not a scrub form. But he ain't using it right because I'm Mr. 52 goes like this. Again, scared. You got all the way back here. You're scared. It looks cute on camera. Looks cute. It's not an answer for everything. You can't just always be back here and have any power or leverage. Who goes like this? You could do it, but you don't have all the way like this. You evenly distribute your weight so that you're like this. You're not like this. How are you going to throw something that way but be lean this way? Common sense, right? So my whole point. Then you got 52 blocks based off a deck of cards. Right here, right? It's all card positions. With maybe some extra. Because we add things. Bruce Lee said, learn every martial arts philosophy. That's what we did. Right? So, like I said, you got 52 blocks. You got a hand block for everything, right? You got your timing. You're supposed to have timing. See, I move like this because I got timing. Anything come, right? Catch it. There's an instant counter, which is how you win with the counter. Not anything else. You counter. They want to get you in these gyms and teach you, oh, make sure, make sure you bring it back. Like, that's cute, but who throws like this? What? Like, if anything, I just go like this. It's similar, but like, number one, I'm coming from down here because I'm experienced enough and quick enough that I can be down here. When I'm in the mix, I'm like this because I know what my hands can do. See the difference? Goons walk like this. Fake dudes be going like this, moving their hands all over the place, hollering and hollering, trying to make a big scene. Goons move like this because we already know. I already know what I can do. What do you mean? See what I'm saying? So it's different. You know what I mean? So like I said, the general principles is strength, mental strength, emotional strength, discipline, right? Acuity, being on point. It's all discipline. You know what I mean? And most of it is mental and spiritual and emotional. You got to build the spiritual strength before you build anything. Everything you see me doing to me is spiritual strength. That's why it translates to the physical. I did, 10,000 inertia pull-ups today. It ain't nothing now. I did 100 full extension, no problem, with the suit on for both. And then I did a whole bunch of lifts today, and you see the consistency and the strength in the lift is higher. This is why when the dude I brought on here said, Batman don't take no days off. See, that sounds cute, but that's not the way it works. Because when I take days off, My muscle can recuperate and rebuild. Like I told you, I get some sleep and some rest. This whole 3 years I've been running on pretty much no sleep. I would never sleep. And that had a lot to do with the people that was wasting my time, that now, like I said, we ain't doing that no more. So you want to be a part of what I'm doing, you got to put money up and pay me. You want to put over 100K in my pocket cash, like I said, then we can talk. Other than that, what do we got to talk about? I'm the prize. I'm going to get my money. I want $50,000 at least. I'm not playing. What do you mean? Give me my money. You understand? Real talk. Because it's common sense. You know what I mean? I don't got to spell nothing out. I don't got to explain to people my next moves and what I'm doing. People know what it is. We operate off respect. The minute I get my money, I'm going across country. What do you mean? I'm pulling up right in front of everybody. I'm going to be right here. See what I'm saying? So like I said, you know what I mean? Over here, I don't do no talking. You understand? So like I said, you're going to do martial arts, right? You're going to create angles. Now the thing is, you open up the game when you learn the kicks and everything, right? So you got 52 blocks. This is all part, and it's also martial arts. That's where I talk about the grasshopper, right? And the praying mantis, that's all this. But this is 52 blocks too, because you come like this, right? So you come here, look. Right? Same thing Bruce Lee wanted to teach and would kind of do, but he wouldn't necessarily do this. He wasn't doing 52. Bruce Lee was just basic martial arts. Bruce Lee was bouncing around, right? And then just basic. You understand, you got to have more power than just a basic thing. That's all he taught was basics. Talking about, oh, well, you lead with the front, right? I just pulled something with that. You lead with the front, right? And then you come like, well, yeah, no duh. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, and this one, you got to get it strong enough where it's enough, powerful enough where it can move on its own. And this is why we stretch, which I already have a little bit. It's good. It just means my ligaments and tendons are getting used to it. They're starting to open up and expand. That's what I feel. But that's what I'm saying. That much power, I'm pulling muscles and stuff. You know what I mean? And it's new for me. I haven't done it. You know what I mean? I'm learning it all quick. Like Neo in the Matrix. I download the program, we on to the next thing. Real talk. That's what I'm saying. And I've been doing it like all day for a minute, for a little bit. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, 52, they talk about Wing Chun. What do I do when I'm doing this? Look, take, look, everything, movement, right? Thing is, when I'm like this, right, anything coming, right, they move whatever. You either right here and inside. Now I'm inside of you. Now I can come down. It's different. It's easier when I got an opponent in front of me because I can see what they're doing. You understand? You come right there. Right there. Look, different footing, right? We could do the Mike Tyson principle. We keep them close, right? You understand? Same exact motions. That's all he was doing. Then he'd stand like this on a pivot. He'd just get in front of you, and he'd just try to shift all his weight and use all his power. Okay? Well, people don't get to all that shifting. You don't got to shift that much all the time. It's quick. You understand? But that's the thing. He understood shifting and weight distribution. A lot of them did. That's why he was able to come up against them taller guys and win, because he's using that tall, lengthy stuff to his advantage and coming up with power. Same thing I'm doing, but I'm a taller, lankier, thinner guy, which makes it even more powerful, actually. You know what I mean? So what do you mean? That's all he was doing, just moving, right, and coming up. And coming from underneath. I get inside right here. It's right there. I won. It's a wrap. It's the same thing Gervonta Davis did. Y'all talk about Ryan Garcia. Oh, he's so quick. He was so quick. How the hell could he not? First of all, you be quick as you want. If you're not tough, this sport is not made for you. I mean, if you can't handle something right here, that little dinky thing, all Gervonta did was this. Like, that's it. And I'm telling you, it'd always be the lead that gets him. The lead is more powerful than you think, but I'm saying, had he done that with me, I can guarantee you it wouldn't have done nothing. First of all. Second of all, I wouldn't have been moving like him, and I wouldn't have just left it open. Like, if he coming like that, and he's going, well, he was doing this number, you could have already cut him like this. And it's not open because you see where the hand at. See, naturally, the hand is already there because I'm already trained for this because I do it in real life. See what I'm saying? So when he come around, the hand's already right there. Look, right there. So while he's open, right, all this open stuff don't work to the side. Oh, y'all want to do things. Oh, I see the same thing every single one of you. What is that? What is this? It ain't gonna work. You're in an open stance, brother. I can see your legs. I see where they're pointing. Try it. That's simple. All you gotta do, nothing else. You understand? If you're in martial arts, you can catch it. You understand? This simple. Look. Win, victory. Literally. Victory. It's that simple. No complication about it. So what do you mean? I'm Mr. 52. You failed. You say what you want. You was over there pulling stunts, dealing with them drunk folks around you, and you couldn't even deal with that. Look at the amount of jellyfish jealousy that I got to deal with and envy every day. The things that get typed to me on a daily basis. Do you see me getting upset? No. You don't. Do you see me reacting or responding? No. You don't. What do you mean? Like, what? That's never happened. See, that's the thing. Folks want to rewrite history so bad. You're not the Illuminati, and they failed at rewriting history in the first place because of me. So what do you mean? You're not in a position to rewrite history. I'm making history. Ugh. I don't need to rewrite it because it's the truth. So that's the thing. Like, these folks are confused, man. They lost. They ain't talking about nothing. So I'm going to say it again. Look, come here. Look. This is how the real ones move. Look. They used to say he moved like Anubis, right? Look at the speed. Now look at the transition, right? You got folks training, like I said, this. Patty cake, ooh, do the patty cake, ooh, do the patty cake, lollipop, lollipop. That's what they doing, right? Right? We moving like this. Look. Look how much ground I covered, how quickly. The shuffling is just the body moving. Look at that. That was without a shuffle. That was just straight transition. Right? Moving, positions. Told you it's angles. Right? That's what Batman is an expert on. Angles, transition, power. I'm sore right now from it. Constant power. You got to be willing to do this stuff all day. Oh. What do you mean? See adrenaline? Adrenaline come out. Harness it, right? Right? We love adrenaline. We love it. Adrenaline, anger, and rage are our friend, not our enemy. That's how I got rich. This is why I'm running circles around all y'all in the game of life. Real talk. Because I'm not afraid to get mad. You understand? I stand on business. Yeah, I'm a G. I got pride. I got something to be proud of. All them narcs want to be me. Y'all watch me get paid every day because you want to be me. 530 on my wrist got you pissed. Right? Folks want to talk, be my guest. What's up? Exactly. So you see what I'm saying? Everything is different. We focus in on movement and transition, right? Covering ground. You understand? What do you think's going to happen when Batman roll up? It's got to be, right? Different movements. Okay? And you got multiple, meaning you got multiple angles. So you come in here, right? Then you got to be ready for whatever else is coming. There's always an extra. Trust me. Get in the mix. There's always an extra. It's happened to me a lot of times. You know, that's the thing I kept trying to teach myself. I think I won, right? There's always an extra. There's always something coming from the side, behind. There's always something else. So you got to start training for that. You got to, okay, I won here. Now wake up, because it's a hard thing to do, because you think you already won, and your mind just goes blank because you enter that serene, peaceful state. So people don't get, I go blank. Y'all call it whatever, this and that. You know what I mean? I go blank. That's what we train our mind to do. Disattachment, detachment, but in a healthy way, the right way, not the way the NBA players do it because they enter mind control and MK Ultra. But I used to be able to print manuals on this stuff. Oh, it's 100% real. Britney Spears, Christina Aguilera, Justin Timberlake, they all underneath it. I was security for Justin Timberlake at ACL. I said hi to him. He said hello to me. He also smoked a cigarette in front of me, which he wasn't supposed to do. That's why they don't want you recording. Because Justin be doing a bunch of stuff he's not supposed to do. Oh, for real. right? All the women going by, all the girls going by talking about Justin. For what? It's all fake. Y'all ain't about nothing anyway. If I were him, I wouldn't even be happy about it. Like, it sucks. Like, it's all fake. You got him on a stage. They had so many sound systems on that stage to make him sound like something he not. It's unreal. I don't even think the dude got that much talent. That's what I came to the conclusion of. I thought he was amazing. Then I said, wait a minute. I thought about it again. I said, but they had like all these amplifiers. I'm talking an entire stage of amplifiers about 8 times my size. You know, of course you're going to be able to make someone sound good. All these wires and cables and plugins, you can make anyone sound good. A mouse could get up there and, I'm the dancing queen. You know, you can dance. You know, it would work with anyone. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, like, he doesn't impress me. I think I sing better than all of them. I've seen the Yin Yang Twins perform. They're terrible. Out there in South Carolina and Myrtle Beach at the club. That was horrible. Flow Rider, too, I think I was around for. That sucked. I didn't even want to see him. Flow Rider's just whack to me. I would never pay attention. And I didn't. And I was rapping out there selling my CDs. Like right in front of them. All them fake rappers. I was selling my CD. I was in there with my beanie, said I plead the fifth. I'm a street rapper. Real talk. Just like I showed up to the Coast to Coast Mixtapes Convention as an actual thug and a gangster. They'd never seen anything like me. Dressed like a gangster. There was so-called women jelly in my clothing in Florida talking about, well, why don't you dress like it? What do you mean? What I'm wearing look like I'm Vin Diesel. This is the way you're supposed to dress. Top of the line clothing, expensive clothing. See, y'all got the wrong taste. See, that's the thing. What I've noticed with women, y'all so much on this jelly stuff, everything is your insecurities. You go backwards. We go forward. We don't care what women say and do. That's why they all fail and why they all poor. Sorry, it's a fact. Tell me when I'm lying. Any women you know that made it or successful or rich? Exactly. So what do you mean? So like I said, we continue to do what we do. We're going to continue to bring you the facts and the truth. People can feel any way they want. I don't care. I care less. I'm going to tell you what it is. Not sugarcoated. You know what I mean? So like I said, everything is angles, right? That's what all these folks could learn. They talking about people like Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson, he all right. You know what I mean? I'm sure he's somewhat, tough, and all that. He's all right. But, like, I don't think he's what he claimed to be. He's just very bony. That's all he has going for him. You know what I mean? So when you're like that and you built like that, yeah, it's going to help with that sport. That's it. But he's very basic. You know what I mean? It's just here and just basic movements. That stuff with me ain't going to work, bro. I'm telling you right now, it ain't going to work. You know what I mean? Because like I said, it's a counter for everything. The minute anything you throw, right, it's already counter, right? This is not fake. The speed don't change, the trajectory, the power, the movement, nothing. You understand? So that's what I'm saying. Like, you got to work on movement. You understand? I ain't worried about one. I'm worried about multiple. You understand? Batman is different. That's how Batman's able to show up, right? Everything, pure power, right? So what? If it's right here, everybody moving around, right? So then you're looking at what else, right? Right? Do whatever you want to do. So I'm trying to stretch. I'm trying to stretch and get this right because I'm always in jeans. You understand? Look. Focus. All right? You gotta stretch. You gotta be able to move. Let me see if I get back to what I was doing on the video. Right? All right? How was it? Coming right here. Right? Look. These are the movement. Faking. Coming over the top. Right? Come right here. I could do it on anything. Easy money, man. It's all easy money. You understand? Both sides, right? See? You see what they do in the competitions, right? They don't even do it like that. They just be doing it straight up. I could do them all already. You understand? But what do you mean? The tornado? It's difficult, but see? That's the tornado, right? Try it on the other side. Look. And you got the other one real difficult with this leg, where you're trying to go. It's actually this one, the back. That's what Boyko was doing. Y'all know Boyko, right? Scott, whatever his name is, Scott Atkin. Boyko. That's Boyko. You got to move with this one. That's why it's hard for me, because I ain't used to it, and I got to stretch a lot more. You know, I can do it with that one. See, them folks be doing that forever. That's why they know how to do it. But you could use either leg. I mean, you're just pivoting, right? You can do it anytime. Look. Look at that. All works. All applicable. Look, somebody coming. It's real. Not fake. Right? See? And I could go in them competitions, right? Same way you see them doing, right? And then I gotta start building up where I could do the one, I'm not gonna do it today, but where you hold, there's one where I see them, they come under like this, and they come here, and then, wow, right? So you're, but you're touching the ground, right? So you can gain leverage. And they'll actually, like, almost looks like they kind of hold themselves, you know, which makes sense, because then you're coming with all your power, and it's about getting that leg, you know, to do that angle is what I got to work on, which is going to require a lot of stretching. You understand? And this, look. Y'all don't get it. I'm doing it for real. I ain't playing. I ain't never done this stuff. I ain't no gymnast, but I can do it. I'll be able to do splits too soon. Completely, I bet you. Keep stretching, keep moving. I ain't gonna do them totally right now. I don't think I can yet. Give me an A. I mean, the jeans won't let me. That's why I keep messing up on my jeans. That's exactly why. Because of all the movement. I don't get it. Martial arts is real. Got people worried about the wrong things. Worry about you. Focus on you. I ain't worried about what people say about me, because you can see what they own immediately. You can already see what it is. They're too obvious about it. Like, talk from a perspective of what I've accomplished. That's all that matters. I have a successful business. I got my act together. You are worried about me making money. Oh, I know what y'all want. Y'all don't like seeing me win. Y'all don't like seeing me make dough. I know what you're trying to do, because Groovy Jimmy said it his own mouth. Groovy Jimmy on an FBI watch list for the highest form of crime there is. Karma, right? Loss. Learn how to hold your L like tone space. Ain't nobody stopping my money. That's crazy to even think. But it's inconceivable. How would that happen, ever? There's nobody who run me, not out here, not anywhere. I go where I want to do what I want. I got full jurisdiction. I am your superior. I decide stuff like that out here. Yeah, me. I have full credibility. See, when you got credibility, you don't got to worry about nothing. I ain't worried. You can sit there, talk to whoever, call whoever. I run this out here. That's what you're going to understand. Trust me. You understand? This is all me. Feel me? So, like I said, that's my thing. You got to just be the real thing, man. You got to train, but it's all the talking for. What does talking have to do with what we do? We out here, standing on business every day, run the streets. You understand what I'm saying? It's different. You know what I mean? See? Do this stuff automatic. Are you serious? Look. What are you talking about? Look. Easy money, man. It's all about angles. Look. You gotta move. Right? Come here. Up. Everything is angles. You understand? You gotta move. Right? Come here. See the shift of the angles? That's what this sport about. That's what this game about. That's what it's about in the street in reality. 22 in the box. That's money. Saying money. More money. How you like me now? Huh? Yeah, like I said, we work hard. I don't waste my time talking. I get money. I run a business. You know what I mean? I always say whatever you want. It'd be all the same people when they feeling the jelly. Oh, be all them so-called women. You don't like hearing the truth? That's what it be. They be jelly as hell. Yeah, how many of them own a business? Exactly. Yeah, I know what it is, huh? I'm a man. Stand on my own in this world. I don't need none of you. You understand? I told y'all what it is. I was being real patient, boss. I gave y'all years to get your act together. Now, I'm gonna just do it on my own. I don't need nobody, brother. Trust me on that. I'm the Batman. Batman. Not the bat so-called woman. It's hilarious. How you coping with my success? You all right over there? 23 in the box. Let's see you do it. How many likes? We got 9 likes. We got 9 likes. They upset. They in their feelings. I love it. Keep on showing the public how much you in your feelings every day, man. You so jelly of my success, it's unreal. You all right over there? You having a hard time? Yeah, I know, because I look beautiful, huh? I love it, man. I love it. Real talk. Yo, funny as hell. I look better than all you so-called women. Real talk. What's up? What you doing? What y'all doing taking selfies all day? Y'all don't even make digital money. What's the point of that? Lonely as hell. Y'all funny as hell. Women don't control the game. It's a man's world. Believe that. That's why Beyonce tried to copy me. You ain't country. And your country song is terrible. You'll never be me. Beyonce. All of them want to be me. That's all they ever been. Is copycats and wannabes. You don't want to be cowboys. Just like down here. Oh, you ain't no cowboy. You serious? The meaning of it. Yeah. And we showing them what America's all about. That's what we do. Right in front of you. What do you mean? Yeah. I brought the customs and the knowledge and everything. That's why it's so amazing to folks. It's like the pilgrims. That's all. Folks, money. That's what you are. You're hilarious. Great training session today. Absolutely amazing. Best one yet, because guess what? I ain't talking and dealing with them energies no more. That, like I said, clearly they was just trying to keep me stagnated. We gave you nothing but time, man. I did everything right by y'all. I gave you plenty of time, bro. What's the excuse, man? What takes so long to just have a conversation? It's been years, bro. Have a conversation with me when I'm around, bro. And don't say one thing and then run away. Talk. Yeah, you don't want to talk because you know I've known the whole time what it is. Yeah, what do you mean? Folks said in 3 weeks they was gonna be over here. It's been months already. That's crazy, man. Like, what? See, that's that funny stuff. They acting. They know who they talking to. They know I'm a genius. What are you talking about? Yeah, no. I'm just kind and nice. Don't take my kindness for weakness, homie. Feel me? Yeah, like I said, y'all gonna pay me. I ain't doing nothing for nobody unless y'all pay me over $100,000. I mean that. Watch. I guarantee you. Y'all gonna pay me millions. Cash. You gonna put it in my pocket. Until then, I ain't talking about nothing. You're talking about relationships. Women gotta pay me. That's the type of dude I am. I don't know who you talking to. Look at me, bro. You serious? I'm a prize. I'm a gem. I'm fine as hell. Fine as hell. I'm Fox of Cleopatra. I'm a whole lot of man. That's what I am. Good talk. Huh? What you mean? Y'all funny. Want to front on what they feel phased by. Yeah. Go ahead. Front. You know, because fronting's worked out so well for all of you, right? I want to rewrite stories when I've won every single time. What are you talking about? We run the streets, bro. I never, ever take a L. All I do is win. You serious? I'm going to not win if I'm way stronger. Don't even make no sense. That's why we train harder than all y'all. Look, they out here playing ball. They out here wasting their time. I'm out here training. I'm out here getting ready. I know what time it is in this country, and I happen to be the leader of everything between good and evil. I'm the general, buddy. Talking to an actual certified general. I hope you understand that. The general. And the only real thing that ever existed, good and evil. I'm the general of it. Yeah, I don't work for the military and all these branches of people who never accomplished nothing. They ain't never won. All they ever did was lose. That's a fact. You feel some way about it? Okay, yeah. Stay in your feelings. That's what people do who allow others to control and manipulate them, something I would never do. No. So now what? I want to talk about this and that. And it's all relevant to me. I told you, I control my money. I control the decisions over here. I decide if you're part of my team or my roster, period. You don't have to put up bread, just like you had to day one. What are you talking about? Everybody pay me. You know what I mean? Ask all my ex-girlfriends. They all had to pay me to even talk to me and deal with me. I'm a boss. Yeah, because I'm the prize. I know my worth. I know who I am. What do you mean? You serious? I'm the only self-made trillionaire ever existed. It's amazing to me that women can't just calm down and relax and just enjoy wealth. That's what's crazy to me. Now, y'all was winning. Anybody who was with me, you was winning. And now you losing. And you wonder why. Because you're jealousy. Every single one of my exes was jelly of me because I look better than them. I'm not playing. Not just that I look better than them, but that I do better than them. You know what I mean? That I always had it together. That I was always living better than them, everything. Hold on. All right. They wanted a picture. See, I'm famous. You understand? I'm really getting famous. I was working out. There's a guy out here today I met. He's cool as hell. You know what I mean? He's like ex-military or something. And he's a cool dude. I told him, you know, whatever, everything about it. And yeah, he what did he say? Oh, yeah, he said, are you the famous guy? like, yeah, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know. I'm not even aware of it. So I don't know what's going on. I don't pay attention. You know, but that's good. You know, that's God moving. You know, I want my fame to pay me. I want folks to come over here and watch me and make sure that, you know, I want to be making my money. I want everybody to pay attention and come over here. Right? You understand? We do it genuinely the right way. Not like these folks. Everything they do is fake. They got to cheat and rig everything and get a group together and they doing all this illegal activity. That's not the way to success. Because that's what I'm saying. At some point, you're going to get held accountable in a court of law. Common sense. And so over here, we're winning genuinely. I do everything the right way, legally. The right way. I never had to cheat or be unfair. Because I'm the best. That's why they worry about me. See what I'm saying? Priorities, brother. You got to worry about where you put your time and where you spend your time. But like I said, it's real, man. I'm a real martial arts coach. I'm a healer. I'm a divine being. I'm an immortal vampire. Y'all do what you want. I care less. I stand on my own just like I have this entire time. If folks ain't doing nothing for me, what are we talking for? Much less not talking. You're just going to sit there and not talk? You know what I mean? Like, what? So I'm saying, everything you saying doesn't add up. And these people don't have power like that. I'm going to tell you again. No, they don't. They don't know how to do any of that stuff. None of it. So why are you saying things that aren't true without proving it? It doesn't work that way. Prove what you're talking about. You understand? It makes no sense. If you have no connection to these folks, right, then there's no way that anything is happening or transpiring. Correct? Right. Because it's all the same nonsense. So, no, I've just been collecting evidence. That's it. And y'all don't know when to stop because you're that triggered and impressed over my success. Good. Keep going. Real talk. Like, I lost a lot of evidence too concerning that, but it's pretty easy to prove what you're doing. I mean, you know what I mean? So it don't matter. And you're not doing anything. That's the weirdest part. What are you accomplishing? I'm over here happy winning, man. I'm good, man. Trust me. I'm peaceful every day, beautiful. I love my life, man. I love what I'm doing. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying, because I'm with God. God loved me. I'm on my own in this world. Who did anything for me? Nobody did anything for me when I was in jail. Nobody did anything for me at any time. You know who found me when I was in jail? God. When I was in all that different places in there, God was who was with me. Not y'all. I was totally by myself. They said, yeah, I know where you were. Ooh, wow, that really helped me. You know what I mean? I mean, the other folks was only, you know, pretending they was helping or whatever because, you know, they wanted me as an opportunity. That's all that was. Like, okay. Kind of seems like I won all across the board. Oh, and the fact that y'all came all the way over here from Green Bay and all these cities You do realize that's all evidence for court. Yeah. Oh, you were sitting there acting. Yeah. No, it was clear what you were on and what you were trying to do, right? And you failed at that too. Yeah. Y'all only came down here to try to do the same thing. Y'all don't want to see me win. You never did. That's not a girlfriend. That's not a spouse. That's not a wife. That's not anything nice. That's somebody who's against me because they jelly of me. All right. Now give me a minute.